And we're back with period 3, part 3. The first thing you want to do is label Mecca and Medina for Islam. Here's your map for you. Mecca is about halfway down the Red Sea, and Medina is north of that. So I'm going to zoom in on my map a little bit here and label Mecca. And change that to my little Islamic icon. And I'm also going to label Medina. There you go. And on our directions it says use page 116 to explain the importance of Mecca and 117 to explain the importance of Medina. So I'll let you do that a little bit later. You're also going to put a marker on there to summarize the 5 pillars of Islam. So I'm going to grab one other marker and call this 5 pillars. And you can go back and add that one as well. Don't forget to go back and add these because that will help you out with your studying. All right, and then we have make a marker for the division of Islam and use page 117 to explain what happened. So I'm going to go back in here and put another Islam marker for the split of Islam. And you can add that information in there from page 117. Next we have the Umayyad kingdom and marking the capital of Damascus and the Abbasid Caliphate and marking Baghdad. So we already have the Abbasid because we did that a little bit earlier when we were talking about the interaction between the Tang and the Abbasid dynasty. So we're going to mark the Umayyads now. So the dynasties are similar, but you will see that the Umayyads go up into Spain. That's when they built the mosques in Cordoba. So we're going to go back here and grab our line, and we'll pretty much be outlining just about the same area, but it'll be a little bit different. I'm going to go on the outside of the Abbasid, just so that you'll be able to see a difference in your line. It's very similar. There we go. I'm just going to outline Saudi Arabia, Peninsula. Here we go. And a little bit around here. And back up to Spain. And we will call this the Umayyad Caliphate. And we're going to change the color. Let's make it this pinkish color. Oops. Well, you can kind of see the difference a little bit. And then you can go back and add in your information. We do need to mark Damascus, so grab your marker, and that is about right here. So you're going to mark that, Damascus, capital city of Umayyad Empire or Caliphate. Okay, and then we need Baghdad, so grab your marker, and Baghdad is going to be about right here. There we go. Capital city of the Abbasid Caliphate. And there we go with the Islamic criteria on our map. Now we're going to move on to Africa. And we need to mark Mali and Mansa Musa and talk about why he's important, and mark where the Indian Ocean trade routes connect to Swahili city-states, and last but not least, Ethiopia. So Mali and Mansa Musa is first. Here's a map of the Mali Empire in 1350. So you can go over here, and current day Mali is right here. We're going to draw a line around the empire, which would have been about like this. We're going to call it Mali, or Kingdom of Mali. How about that? Put Mansa Musa. And you can explain his importance. Next, we have the Indian Ocean trade routes that connect to the coast of Africa and the Swahili states. So you're going to grab your line. I think our Indian Ocean trade route was yellow. I'm just going to kind of connect it like this. And then back up into India. And I'm going to make that yellow just so that it matches my other Indian Ocean trade route, but you can make whatever color you want. And last but not least is the Christian Kingdom of Ethiopia. So I'm going to grab my marker here. There you go. And let's see if I can find a cross. Let's look up Christian. There it is. Perfect. Now we're going to move on to Europe. We need a marker for the fall of Rome. So I'm going to put that about right here and call it Fall of Rome. And you're going to put in here the date, which was 476 CE, and the reasons for its collapse. You can do that later. Okay, the next is the Great Schism, which happened in 1054, and this was the split of Western and Eastern Catholicism. So it's important to note this would have been the Byzantine Empire right here. And remember, it had Eastern Orthodox is going to spread to Russia and Kiev Rus, and this would be Western Roman Catholic Church. Okay, I'm going to split my screen here just so that I can see this map and draw it at the same time. You're going to start right above Greece and come around Greece. We need Turkey, where the Byzantine Empire is, and it's going to come over here a little bit, kind of overlap, and come around, grab a little bit of this area, and then back. This will be the first part. Call this Eastern Orthodox Byzantine Empire. I'm going to make that this purple color. And then I'm going to grab my line and get some of Kiev Rus up here. That's kind of right about here. I call it Eastern. And Orthodox Orthodox spelled right. There we go. So there you go. Now you have the two Eastern. And then I'm going to come over here and do Western, the Holy Roman Empire. So grab my line, and I'm going to start it right about here and bring it around, include some of this area up here, some of Britain, and just a little bit of Spain. Remember, Cordova belongs to Islam. And around Italy, we can include these islands if you want. And back in here a little bit. And then up and around. This will be Western Orthodox Holy Roman Empire. And I'll make that dark blue. Oh, well, that'll be hard to see in the water. How about we make it yellow? No, orange. Because we have some yellow arrows. Okay, so there's Holy Roman Empire. Now I'm going to open this back up again. And then I'm just going to put a marker for the Great Schism. And you can put your information in that, and I'm going to put a cross to show Christianity. Don't forget to go back and answer these questions. You're going to say why the Great Schism occurs, and then for the Holy Roman Empire, you have to say who the ruler was and why he's important. Now we're going to mark the path of the Holy Crusades. So you can look up a map here. Let's see if we can find a good one. This one's pretty easy. Basically, France into, through Constantinople. This one's a little bit more complicated. We'll just make up one coming from the Holy Roman Empire through Constantinople to the Holy Land. How about that? So grab your line tool. And you're going to start about right here. And I think Constantinople's right about there. We're getting pretty full on our map. And then we're going to call this Holy Crusades. And I'm going to make that a different color. Let's do this blue. There we go. Next we have the spread of the Black Death. I'm going to show you these two maps. This one is coming from China around India into the Red Sea, also across land on the Silk Road. And then once it reaches Europe, that would be European map. So you can come back here and we'll just do a little simpler version of this and grab a line from China and bring it down around India so that we know that it can come over on the trade routes, and bring it up into Europe and kind of spread it around. And I'm going to make that a little bit thicker so that you can see it. You can also make a really quick one for the land route and kind of connect it this way and bring it over into Europe that way. And that concludes part 3. Tune in for part 4. We're almost finished.